So, from your personal experience now, so these days you mentioned that the local production is maybe shifting or coming a bit back. Before in the past, we often relied on third-party countries where the value chains have broken down, and it's very important for small, mid-sized businesses as well to keep the pipelines going. So, do you see these as a challenge to let's say, establish or do this shift in terms of making sure that the industry is able to do that, is able to use the technology, maybe the new technology, not the conventional ones?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a learning curve for organizations that are looking to bring in additive as a production methodology. So I'd say the vast majority of our customers, they're either like completely outsourcing to another country, let's say China or something of that nature. And, between the cost of duties and shipping and then just the crazy logistics of this type of scenario, those supply chains were sort of cut off. So in some cases, our customers had to almost like relearn how to make things again, which is actually kind of awesome for us because additive creates all these new opportunities for how you might like completely redesign something. So in some cases, their partners might have the plans for something and not be able to share that back. So there's a big opportunity to work in reverse engineering and not reverse engineering a competitor's part, but like strangely reverse engineering your own part. And in that scenario, these guys then have the opportunity to optimize the design, make whatever minor improvements they've been wanting to make for years. And they're realizing the benefits of no cost for tooling, right? So, on products where you're making a couple hundred or a couple thousand a year, additive makes a ton of sense, especially when we're looking at the SLS technology and especially when your parts are kind of smaller. And so, we've been seeing a lot of folks who are willing to go back and redesign. In some cases, that means, building out a new skill set or improving a skill set in CAD. Certainly it's learning a new tool, right? And especially in the case of SLS, almost nobody really has familiarity with that in their day-to-day business. Some folks have outsourced that, but before companies like Syntratech, the cost of it is like super prohibitive, particularly for small and medium-sized businesses. So sometimes these guys have experience with like FDM 3D printing, maybe like a small desktop FDM. But this is a real shift. It's like when that technology shows that additive has potential, but can't get the job done. That's where SLS kind of comes to the rescue and says like, okay, we can actually make production. We can make end use parts. We can make beautiful finishes that are totally acceptable for end parts for sale in the marketplace.